Hello, hello. Happy Sunday, everyone. My name is Kim Dent, and I am an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator. I've been a demonstrator for almost 21 years, and I love teaching crafters how easy it is to make stamped greeting cards. Hello, Michelle. If you're tuning in, please say hello so I know that you're joining me tonight. Hello, Mom. Hi, Sandy. Yay. Hello, Jan. Oh, thanks for tuning in, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful weekend. Hello, Valerie. I missed you this weekend. Hi, Peggy. All right, I have a lot to share with you. So this weekend in Maryland Heights, Missouri, I had my big stamp classes that take place at Zion Lutheran Church. We also have a coffee shop called Higher Grounds. We are located at 12075 Dorset Road in Maryland Heights, Missouri. We are right off of 270. So if you're interested in learning how to stamp or how to make greeting cards, or maybe you already know how to make greeting cards and you'd like to join me, I would love to have you as part of my group. We have classes on the second Friday and Saturday of the month. The next month's classes, June, will be Friday, June 11th and Saturday, June 12th. Friday night's class begins at 6 p.m. and I have two classes on Saturday. The morning class begins at 9 a.m. and the afternoon class begins at 1 p.m. All three classes, we do the same cards. We make 5 greeting cards, and stampers, our friends, get together. They sit at the table, they all work together, and in 3 short hours they have 5 greeting cards with the envelopes ready to take home. It's always a great time. There's always lots of laughs. I love being there. So if you're interested, please contact me. You can either contact me through my email, stlouisstamper@yahoo.com, or you're welcome to call or text. My telephone number is 314-504-4024. So thanks. And we've got lots of viewers tonight. So, oh, thank you, Jan. Thank you. Okay, edit that. Thanks, Jan Foss. Friday night, June 10th, and Saturday, June 11th. Thank you. Mwah. Thanks, Jan. All right, I am going to flip my camera around because I want to share 2 things before I share the cards that we made this weekend. So hold on one second. Oh, you know what? I didn't sync my laptop, so hold on. That's an important part of doing the Facebook Lives. I hope you're all having a good weekend. It is a beautiful one out there and not too terribly hot, right?
Having a good weekend.
Not too terribly hot, right? Not like it was, oh my goodness, last week. Ooh, I don't like that hot weather. Hello, Miss Gail. Thanks for tuning in. Yeah, so it's cooled off temperatures, and I think I hear my honey upstairs. I think he's going to get ready to barbecue some pork steaks. So that'll be a nice treat after I get done with the Facebook Live. So, all right, now I'm going to flip my camera around. Hold on one second. Oh. And let's see if I am in, I don't know if I hit, oh yeah, looks good. I could not remember. Okay, I have added, I hope you can tell, I think I can tell on my screen, there's a setting on my phone which can make the, it makes the brightness, it makes it brighter. So I'm hoping, I hope it's not too bright. We've got to experiment. Every week is an adventure when you're doing the Facebook Lives with me. So I can tell that it's brighter, so I hope that it helps you all see my cards better. All right, the first thing I want to tell you about is I have talked about this with my classes, and if you follow me on Facebook, you've heard me talk about it, there is going to be a humongous sale. Huge retired Stampin' Up! Products and craft supplies are going to be sold Saturday, May 28th. So this is Memorial Day weekend, Saturday of Memorial Day weekend, 8 a.m. to 1 p.m. There are going to be 12 demonstrators. 12. We have 17 tables, and I'm sure much more than that, that we're going to be selling. And it is going to be at Zion Lutheran Church, where I have my big stamp classes. Higher Grounds is in the lower level with our fellowship hall. So while you're there shopping for some good bargains on Stampin' Up! Supplies, you can also catch a nice drink or a sweet treat. So 12075 Dorset Road in Maryland Heights, Missouri. And like I said, it's going to be huge. So be there. And I explain this. Oh, Kathy, I wish you could come too. Girl, I know there's a couple of my long distance friends who are like saying, we wish we lived in St. Louis. My sale, I will have 3 tables at my sale. My sale is going to be a BOGO sale, BOGO. And what that means is I will be, if you come to my table and you purchase, I'm going to just say $100 worth of retired product, you will get to turn around and order $100 out of the either January through June mini catalog, because that mini catalog goes through June, or the brand new annual sale. It's called, I'm doing a BOGO sale. Not all of the demonstrators are doing that, but that's just how I'm doing it. I want to get rid of the old and bring in the new, and in the meantime share with all of you some great bargains. So May 28th, mark your calendars. The next thing I'm going to tell you about is Stampin' Up! Has a fantastic promotion going on right now, and I can see it's a smidge bright, so I'm going to turn my light. So it's in the teeny tiny fine print. Let me pull this down, see if that's any better. It's called the In Color Starter Kit. It started on May 3rd and it goes through the 31st of May. And it is amazing because for $99, our usual starter kit cost $99, but you get to pick $125 worth of product. That's what we normally have. During this promotion till May 31st, you will get, there's an added perk of, you'll get the whole new 2022 through 2024 ink pad collection. You'll get a pack of the Designer Series 6x6 paper, which is 40 sheets. You'll get a pack of In Color cardstock. And then also they're going to throw in some pretty grid paper, which, do you notice my grid paper today? It's boring. It's not, I ran out of my pretty grid paper. So I wish I could, I don't know, I think I can probably get my hands on some of that. So what that means is if you decide to join my team, and Kathy, she's one of my long distance girls on my team. She's in North Dakota, so you don't have to be here in the St. Louis area to be on my team. I have right now 35 women who are on my team, and I'm here to help you along, whether you want to be your own best customer. And I will say that I think it's like 90% of the girls on my team do Stampin' Up. They join Stampin' Up just for the discount. I always like to say that because I don't want people to think that they have to do classes. The exciting part, or one of the exciting parts, is your kit ships for free, which is a huge savings, that you automatically get a 20% discount. And the other thing is, what's the third thing? Oh my goodness. You get to pick what you want out of the starter kit. That's not what I was going to say. There's lots of little perks for being, oh, I know. You would, if you join now, you wouldn't have to have, we have a $300 quarterly minimum. You wouldn't have to have your first $300 in until the end of the first full quarter, which is August, September, October. So without putting in any orders, you would be active till October 31st. So that's what I was going to say. Oh, thanks, Valerie. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you to all my girls who are on my team who are signing. And Sandy, I'm watching for Karen's name. Is she here tonight? I know she's going to join our team, which is so fun. You'll be the first two sisters, I think, that I have on my team at the same time. I know Jan and Lori's been on my team, but Sandy and Karen are going to be on my team, two sisters at the same time. So I'm excited. So if you have any questions, please contact me. I'd love to gab with you about it and how easy it is to do. All right. Before I forget, here's my host code, and it is 4TQZKUDK. Probably I will only have this for a few more days. So if you're placing an order that's under $150 and you would like to help me out, you go to my website and you can place your order online. And if you use this host code, it will help me. If your order is $150 or more, don't use this host code because I want you to get the Stampin' Rewards. So $150 Stampin' Up! Gives you Stampin' Rewards, and you get to pick. It starts out at 10% or $15 of whatever you want out of either one of our catalogs. All right, here we go. I'm going to show you the cards that we made at class. This one, let me get this closer. I hope. I love Pinterest, and this card, I wish I would have written down her name, the stamper who created something very similar to this one. I just fell in love with it so much that I ordered the whole bundle, no, the whole suite, because there's coordinating DSP. There's a beautiful, oh my goodness, I think it's going to be my new favorite. This is called the Fern. It's a 3D embossing folder, and I think you can see it. You can see the impression on this. This is just basic white. There you go. Basic white cardstock that we ran through this, the machine. I'm going to call it the machine. And it gave this beautiful impression. The colors that I used on this, I just used one ink pad. Can you believe that? It's Starry Sky, which is a new ink color. And then do you see these pretty embellishments? This die and the one that cut out this plant, it's all part of the Nature's Print suite. So don't you love this label die? I just won't say, I'll say it again. When you look at dies that coordinate with stamp sets, these little label dies are just an extra added bonus because you can use this die for so many things. And the words are very pretty. Let me pull in, I want to show you. I have, here it is, Nature's Prints. And it's got, let's see, 4 verses. You're on my mind. Hello there. A heartfelt thank you and best wishes and happy thoughts. And then there's the fern. There's a splotch. This looks like wildflower. For my plant loving people, I did not know what to call this yesterday. We called it the plant. So, and then this pretty little wildflower. But the fern 3D embossing folder is just so good. So good. Okay. And for those of you who came to class this weekend, I'm sure that you heard me talk about, or you saw and heard me talk about this. This is something that I did mainly to help out the girls who come, and guys. I have guys and girls who come to my classes. So this is the name of the embossing folder. There's the item number. And then, because sometimes we have trouble remembering what we need for to emboss, especially with these thick ones, I did this with the label maker from my mom. This is base plate number 1. That's the thick platform. Then you just need the 3D embossing folder. Then specialty plate number 4 is that dark gray one. So I know I got lots of compliments, and I know that this helped a lot of people. This was not my own idea. If you have trouble remembering how your embossing folders need to be run through, you might want to consider, especially if you've got a label maker, marking and labeling your embossing folders so you know exactly what you need to run it through, and it's a time saver too. So that was one of my tips. Thank you, Jill. Thanks, Jan. All right, and I hope you like this card. I just think it's so classy looking. All right, the next card. This one, if you were here with me last week during the Facebook Live, I did a card very, very similar to this one. This, for the big classes, instead of using the in color DSP, I use the Merry Melody. It's a 3D embossing folder, and I think it's picking it up on the camera. You can see the notes right here. Merry Melody, not my own idea, girls. This goes so sweetly with a little note of thanks. And then we did it the same way as we did last week. We punched out the little bird, which I had, Peggy was the first one to say it, but I had a couple girls say this weekend, they were like, this looks like a whale. So I know some clever stamper is going to create and turn this into a whale. I have already seen Diana Gibbs, who lives in Arizona. She's a very talented demonstrator. It was Diana Gibbs. Yeah, Diana Gibbs turned this into, and who would have seen it? This became hair for a little girl's face. I don't think like that. So anyway, we had a good time making these cards. The colors are Orchid Oasis, Tahitian Tide, and I think crumb cake, and we used crumb cake and then Granny Apple Green on this one. So a little note of thanks goes perfectly with Merry Melody, and there you can see the Sweet Songbird stamp set, which is stinking cute. Right now, I think, well, I'll show you the next one. This one and Sending Smiles. This is what I'm using the most right now. I got to stamp a little bit down here this afternoon, and I love this stamp set. I also love the dies, but I want to show you, this is the card that we made at class this weekend. And I made a card last week using the die set that went with this, but I got this idea from Brandy Cox. She is our first, are you listening? She is Stampin' Up's first $4 million demonstrator. $4 million. That's mind-blowing to me. So she created something very similar to this. I just added the layer, which looks, this is Sweet Sorbet. So we're going to make this one tonight because I just want to show you how easy it is to create a ton of cards using this stamp set. And then, let's see, I'm going to put this over here. This one, I wanted to do a masculine card for, because I try to work a month ahead. So next month is Father's Day. I had the Let's Set Sail stamp set, and I had not used it yet. It has a coordinating punch, but for this particular card, all we did was stamp Hope It's Your Best Day Ever, and this is real red. Pacific Point is the shadow from the sailboat, and then a little bit of crumb cake, and then real red and Night of Navy for the sails. And then these teeny little seagulls, I'm calling them seagulls, are done in crumb cake. And then I ran this through, and I was going to look it up. It is actually an embossing folder that I thought was going to go away, and it looks like stucco to me. I'm calling it the stucco folder. But if you need some masculine cards, I also said this would make a great retirement card. So that's from Let's Set Sail. And then the last card, which I'm going to demonstrate for you tonight, is this one. And it's called Message in a Bottle. I think our bottled messages. I didn't set the stamp set out. It's in here though. I'll pull it out when we're making the card. This one is done with Coastal Cabana Pool Party. This is the gingham embossing folder. Sweet Sorbet, it's the in color DSP. On this particular card, my bottle is in Smoky Slate, but I changed it up. This is Beautiful Shapes. This die is, I'll show you when we're doing it. It is, I'm very happy because it took, I think they're taking the place of the Stitch So Sweetly dies, which I still was very sad about. I still use them, but in class, I use, what's current. So, and then, so that is a beautiful, let's see, beautiful shapes is what's taking the place of stitch shapes. And so it's a nice replacement. And then just thinking of you today, because you can use this for so many different things. Get well, sympathy, birthday, just thinking of you. So that's from the Flowering Tulips and some more of these sweet little embellishments. So those are my 5 cards. And right now I'm going to make the first card for you. Sending birthday or sending smiles. I'll show this again because it's so versatile. Sending smiles across the miles, sending all the good luck your way, sending sunshine to brighten your day, sending love and big hugs, birthday wishes, a note of thanks, a card to say hello. Who doesn't love that, you card makers, sending comfort and strength. So I liked, Brandy used bright, bold colors, and I love them. This is Orchid Opulence, Parakeet Party, Daffodil Delight, and Sweet Sorbet. This is what's so fun about this, that you could crank out a bunch of cards. Thank you, Shirley. Watch this. So, we all like the cards we all love the cards that take, a half hour to make, but Brandy demonstrated you could stamp a bunch of these cards in no time. The card kit is this is thick, basic white. It's 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5.5. Then here's that pretty new color, in color Sweet Sorbet, 4 inches by 5 1/4, and then 3 3/4 by 5 on basic white. Isn't that easy? So cut up a bunch of these and you can go to town making all sorts of different cards. The color again is the colors are Sweet Sorbet, Parakeet Party, Orchid Oasis. Those are 3. I didn't get that sticker on right. 3 of the new in colors, and then Daffodil Delight adds a nice little pop. So those are the colors. I'm going to bring in my Pierce mat because I love stamping with the Pierce mat, but especially with photopolymer. So the first stamp I'm going to use is the sending one. Pull this off. This is so pretty. I think this, which is kind of surprising, this I think is my favorite Orchid Oasis out of the in colors. What is your favorite? Which color do you think you've got to have? I have to have them all. I see something on my stamp. I got to get that off. A little bit of smudge there. Okay. I'm going to ink it up. And I'm going to stamp this down towards the bottom, almost the very bottom. Give it a nice press and lift up straight. Oh, look, I almost went too low. And then I send a lot of birthday cards. So I'm making a bunch of birthday cards. So this says sending birthday wishes. And the next thing I'm gonna close this up. Hello, Murph. Oh, the blue is your favorite, Shirley. So that would be, this is a little bit purplier. Starry Sky is, I think, a little bit bluer, a little bit more blue. Here comes Parakeet Party. This is a fun color. If you like greens, you've got to get Parakeet Party. There's the stem with the leaves. Okay, I'm going to tuck the bottom of the stem right in between the dot of the I, hopefully, and the D. Let me do it again. Oh, there we go. And then I'm going to bring in Sweet Sorbet. Orchid Oasis is your new in color. Yeah. I like all of them, don't get me wrong, but I love Orchid Oasis. But I'm also one of those, you know, like, I've got to have them all. I always admire like my friends who are like, they buy like one at a time. I'm like, oh, but they're smart. Like, this is a tip. If you're falling in love, let's say with Orchid Oasis, what I would recommend is, if you're going to buy Orchid Oasis, you want to make sure you buy the ink refill for Orchid Oasis. You want to buy a pack of cardstock or an assorted pack where you would get all the ink colors, but I would buy just one pack of Orchid Oasis. The markers, if you like coloring or marking on coloring images like on our red rubber, you can take the marker, regular Stampin' Write markers, and color on directly onto the red rubber stamps. You can't do that. It does not work with photopolymer, but you could do it with red rubber and then you color with the markers. So get yourself a set of in color markers. And then if you really love blends, get yourself the Orchid Oasis blends. That's a tip. When I first started stamping, nobody told me those kinds of tips. And I was like all over the place. You know, I tell the story all the time about when I started stamping. Okay, I see a little, it caught on the edge of that acrylic block. I've got my sand eraser right here. This was from Amazon. And I've got two of them right here. I don't like stamping without them. This just will hopefully, sorry, and I know I'm wiggling, make that Daffodil Delight just about disappear. And you can be pretty rough with it. I guess that has something to say with the quality of the cardstock. I was surprised. I had a smoky slate dot on one of my cards this afternoon, and I rubbed and rubbed and rubbed, and you can't even tell it. So get yourself Tombow sand erasers. Almost gone. One little dot. I might have to put a dot up there. And probably if I kept working at this, I don't want to take up too much time. Oh, yeah, there it goes. It is just about gone. Oh, thanks, Jennifer. How's Kim doing? Our friend Kim has a torn meniscus. I should get her address from you, Jennifer, so I can put one of these cards in the mail to her. Okay, sand eraser, Amazon. You get a couple of them. They're very inexpensive. And now I forget what I was talking. Oh, when I first started stamping, or when I first was introduced to Stampin' Up, I bought a ton of stamp sets, and I didn't even have a paper cutter. Listen to this crazy story, because I thought that I had to have a bunch of stamp sets. And instead of having a good paper cutter, I thought I could take a ruler and cut with big sewing scissors my cardstock. Do you want to ask me how much cardstock I ruined? The cardstock that I did buy, because I thought I was saving some pennies. And got to be careful. Look. See that right there? Got to be careful. This is a teeny tiny little stamp too. There we go. I wasted so much cardstock. So as a demonstrator, especially if you're a new stamper, I try to tell new stampers or people who are just getting interested in Stampin' Up, make sure you have the right tools to make cards. Before you invest in a bunch of stamp sets, make sure you've got yourself a nice paper cutter, some good scissors, some adhesive of your choice. I use Stampin' Seal, but there's lots of good ones out there. I have some customers that use two-way glue. I have more and more customers who are using, this looks icky, but it's Tombow multi-liquid glue. They do all of their card making with that. So get yourself good tools. I would also invest in, even though we don't sell it, invest in one of these amazing rulers, especially if you have trouble with numbers. and then invest in stamp sets and, you know, inks. But you can certainly make cards with just like 1 or 2 ink pads to get started. Don't do that crazy thing that I did. And I hope I'm the demonstrator that tells you, you know, get the good tools, invest in the good tools, but before you invest in a bunch of stamp sets. All right. Do you see how quick and easy, even with me dabbing, how quick that went together? This is something that we used. Oh, and I see I don't have my take your pick tool out, but I told my classes this weekend, every single card, when I was first, I mean, for years, we used ribbon. That was just how we did embellishments, you know, and that's how we jazzed it up. We used ribbon. But now more and more I noticed this when I was getting ready for classes. I don't use a whole lot of ribbon. I have ribbon, but I don't use a lot of it. And I use more and more embellishments. And so these are the 2022-2024 in color matte decorative dots. Let's see, you get 150 of them, and they're in all of the in colors. And Brenna, she says she's torn between Starry Sky and Tahitian Tide. Yeah, those are good too. Isn't it funny how we kind of were surprised by Stampin' Up, you know, bringing out so many blues, but I am totally, I love. I love them all, and but yeah, Orchid Oasis is my favorite. Now, I also told the girls any of these colors would look great on this card. So let's see. I'm gonna use this light color, and are you laughing at me? Pulling, and that adhesive came off. Oh my goodness. I'm gonna wish that I had my take your pick tool. These cute little embellishments. Let's see. I don't think I need to cover up that little smudge right there. I think I'm happy. Let's see. So, not into ribbons so much anymore. I still love it, but I just noticed myself going more and more to, let's change it up a bit. Look, we're going to use 2 different colors. I guess this is kind of like light and dark, starry, no, maybe this is, yeah, light and dark, or maybe this is Orchid Oasis, light and dark, Starry Sky, light and dark, Orchid Oasis, light and dark. I'm switching it up. I'm going to use 2 different colors. But any of these would look cute on it. So 1 pack of these, 1 stamp set, and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. No, 4 ink pads. 4 ink pads. And you can make a ton with just that 1 stamp set. Oh, come on. There we go. How about that? Wink Estella would look really cute on this too. All right, first card done. Oh, and I wanted to show you, this one was done. These are obviously Sweet Sorbet. Look how cute. Quick and easy. All right, let me pack this up. Oh, and dimensionals. Don't forget the dimensionals. Thank you. Thanks, Jill. All right, pack this up. Get these back in here. I'm looking, oh, this is what I'm looking for, the chamois. Clean this off. This is one of the things, you want to hear some funny stories? This weekend, so, you know, we've got like, about an average of 25 stampers at each class. Do you see this tiny little stamp? This stamp, at each class, I think fell off. They were cleaning it and it flicked off. And to get down on your knees when you're 60 years old is quite an adventure. So but anyway, I was very thankful. We found the little tiny center, the flower center each time. So it was good for some laughs. All right, here's our next card. Now I'm going to do it a little bit differently than I did at class this weekend. I'm going to use the Stamparatus on this card just because I was making a bunch of cards and I thought, silly me, and after a long weekend of stamping, when you're old, your hands hurt or you have arthritis in your hands. So I'm bringing in the Stamparatus, and my goodness, where is the stamp set? Well, it's all here. It's here someplace. It's here some bottle messages. Stampin' Up! Gave it to us, sent it to us for free. They're good to us like that. So here's my Stamparatus. If you've never seen one before, this is a stamp positioning tool. It comes with two plates like this, which I've attached my stamps to it. So I'm going to make, let's say I'm going to make 5 cards quick and easy. This just makes cranking out cards so fun, and I would highly recommend, if you have problems with your hands like I do, arthritis, get yourself one of these. Okay, the colors that I'm using: Pool Party, Coastal Cabana, and again, Sweet Sorbet. And the kit is a few more pieces than the last one, but it is Coastal Cabana. We're going to do 4 1/4 by 11, scored at 5 1/2. Then we're going to bring in Pool Party, 4 by 5 1/4. And then a piece, this is the In Color, In Color DSP. The item number is 159253. This piece is 2 inches by 5 1/4, and I'm using the polka dot side, but on this side, that plaid side is adorable too. What do I want to tell you about this? Oh, I think I said this. It's 40 sheets of the In Color DSP, 6 by 6. You get 4 of each 2 double-sided designs. So I love it. This piece is 2 inches by 2 1/8, and it is, or you could use a scrap easily. It's for this die. I want to bring that out too to show you all. And then for the inside of your card, you're going to need a 3 3/4 by 5. Oh, and then to layer, Sweet Sorbet, 3 1/4 by 4 1/4. And then the piece that we stamp on is 3 by 4. All right, I've already done the work for you as far as, or ahead of time, but I just want to show you again. This is a regular, I think we call these the standard embossing folders. This is gingham. There's your item number. So it takes a different, I don't know, I don't want to say sandwich because that sounds like Cuttlebug, but the base plate is number 1, cutting plate number 3, your standard embossing folder, and cutting plate number 3. Rolls through like butter. All right, here we go. Now I changed it up a little bit. I decided, can you tell the difference? I was stamping today and I thought, let's see what Coastal Cabana would look like for the bottle. So I'm going to bring in my 3 by 4 and let's see if I can get this in the camera. I'm going to position my cardstock right here. I'm going to put 1 magnet over it like that. And then here's my bottle. It's a very cute little stamp set. I don't know where I've set it. I'm going to open up Coastal Cabana. Let's see, I need to get a stamp set under. This is another tip, which I share all the time. I like to position underneath my plate when I'm stamping a stamp case. It just makes inking it up easier. Let's see if I can. There you go. You can see it. I'm going to pull my camera up just a smidge. So I've inked up my bottle in Coastal Cabana. I actually like the way it looks better than the smoky slate. Let's see if we can get this in here. Oh, and this, I gotta show this. Look One of my sweet friends, Linda Surrey, she gifted me this. It's another one of these, and I love it. Look, it's so me. Pink, hot pink, and white polka dots. This is what it's for. So you don't have to press when your hands hurt. Oh, look at that. When your hands hurt. That's what this is for. So thank you so much, Linda. And I think she might have gotten this off of Etsy. There we go. So I'm done with this one. Now I'm going to bring in I'm going to close up Coastal Cabana. And do you see on this side, on one side, I've got the flowers that are going to be stamped in sweet sorbet. And then on the other side of the plate, the leaves and the centers are going to be stamped in pool party. So let me do the flowers first. Oh, look it. And this isn't working well with my camera stand right here. I don't get to put my little stamp case. Let's hope this works. Oh, and I'm moving my magnet down. Here we go. Da 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 da. Oh, I missed some. There we go. I missed some of those over there and I noticed it. Now let me bring in my chamois. And I'm going to clean this off because I don't want to get any of that sweet sorbet ink all over the place. And I'm going to flip this around. And I'm going to close up sweet sorbet. I'm going to ink up the centers and the leaves. So I've already centered it and know that those centers line up. So this was one of the problems we had yesterday that, oop, and it's a little light on this side. So I'm going to put a little bit more ink. I think it's over on this side. That's better. So do you see, I could just continually because my stamps are in the same position, you can crank out cards like crazy. Once it's lined up, once you've done the work of lining it up, it's easy to make a bunch of cards. So especially, oh my goodness, at Christmas time, girls, if you send out a bunch of cards, you gotta get yourself a Stamparatus. All right, I've pulled this off. I started to say this. I have, where's my little, here it is. I already ran my piece through the gingham embossing folder. Isn't that pretty? So cute. Ooh, that light is glaring. Right, I gotta bring in my stamp and seal. Ooh. Well, come on, girls. And then I'm going to bring in that sweet piece of In Color DSP. 2 inches by 5 1/4. That way you can get, it's 6 by 6, so you can get more for your money when you use like 2 inches or one, That side is pretty too. I love the polka dots. Then I'm going to layer this piece onto the sweet sorbet. Oh, and you know what? I was so tempted, but I did not put this one up on dimensionals. Because that little circle we're going to stamp, and I've already cut out the little circle. Oh, and I want to bring in the dies to show you. Oh my Goodness. Maybe, oh, I know where they are. Hold on one second. There's your little circle. I got another container down here. There's the stamp set, Bottled Happiness. So you've got this flowers that are two-step, and then this is kind of, I don't know, I guess standalone. And then a couple different things that you can do with the bottles. There's a label. Overflowing with happiness, sending a little message, sending cheer. Why not? Let's get into the spirit. That's cute. Oh, and it has a coordinating punch too. The words that I'm using come from Flowering Tulips, which I love the words in this stamp set, but this I thought fit really cute into the circle. And then these are the new dies. These are called, oh, I'm sorry, and I totally had the name wrong, Stylish Shape Dies. So this is the one that I use, the one that has tape on it. Oh, and it's got stitching on it. Ah. There we go. But you can see they nest, which is fun too. And you've got your circles, squares, and then these banners. Stylish Shape Dies. I'm going to bring back, Sweet Sorbet. Get this out of the way. Open and bring back my Pierce mat because it's photopolymer. Get this out of the way because you know what's going to happen. I'll leave that in there, and then a Sweet Sorbet blob will get on it. Just thinking of you today. Oh, so pretty. This piece is going to get dimensionals. And then I'm going to show you what I used for the pretty, or the sweet and simple little bow. Which of course now I don't see. Well, I can make one for you. So the twine that I used, oh here, let's see. The twine that I used is Baker's Twine Essential Pack, and you get 4 colors. You get white, vanilla, black, and I don't know, is there 5 colors? I think gray granite is in there too. I must have, yeah, here's gray granite. Fell out of the bag. There's gray granite, which is very cool for masculine cards, as well as the black too, and the crumb cake. All right. I'm gonna pull out about 6 inches, I guess, maybe a little more. Hi, Paula. Thank you for joining us. And then, let's see if my hands are gonna allow me to do this. Yep, I'm gonna do 2 little bunny ears that I cross, and I put the loop through the hole. And then you can just slowly like adjust it. That's how I make those silly little bows all the time, girls. It's that easy. Then I tighten it when I get it pretty much looking like I want it to. All right, the next thing I'm going to do is bring in a glue dot. Now here's a little tip. With the glue dots, you know, instead of taking it and grabbing a glue dot, you know, I don't know if you can see it, but it's like a little contact. I take it when I'm doing the twine and I almost make like a little log with it, or a little, yeah, like a little log. I roll it like that. Can you see it against my inky fingers? And then I'm going to take it and touch the knot behind it. And that way, you know, that little glue dot isn't showing through. And then one more sweet little touch. This more bling. These are the solid faceted gems. They look like this. Well, a little fancier. We've used some of these, but they come in 6 colors, which I believe are Mossy Meadow, Melon Mambo, Petal Pink, Starry Sky, and Balmy Blue. Or no, Pool Party. Pool Party, and is this Balmy Blue? Yeah, Pool Party must have been right there. But these are sparkly too. They just have their I guess the faceted part of it makes it makes the light catch it. So these are fun. So we're just going to take 3, of course. Kim always uses 3. And take a big one. And then another little one. That's what I usually do. 2 littles and 1 big usually. That's like my go-to with the embellishments. And there you go. There you go. There's our second card for the night. This one, like I said, using the Stamparatus makes it so easy to do. I have a big mess. So easy to do, but I just would highly recommend if you are whether you have arthritis or not, or you just like making multiples of cards, having the Stamparatus is just the way to go. Thank you, Jan. Thank you, everyone. All right, let me flip this around. All right, I am going to be busy getting my items together for the big sale, so that's what I'm going to be doing the next 2 weeks. I hope if you are into getting a bargain, especially a Stampin' Up! Bargain, you and your friends come to our sale on Saturday, May 28th. Have a wonderful week, everyone. If you have any questions, if you're interested in joining my team, please contact me. Have a wonderful week. God's blessings. Bye-bye.